When it comes to storytelling, one thing is a universal wall. You need to showcase your character's goals. While this can be done in a few different ways, like for example, showing it right off the bat, stalling it for some time, or don't reveal it until the very end, or until his death. You eventually have to show why he was doing what he was doing and what started it all. This enables you to not only show the character's motives and the end goal, but to have some character backstory, to let the audience know each character a little bit more. So today we're going to look at what point you should reveal his intentions and what type of driving force you can use to set your characters apart and make them unique. Revealing what type of people your characters are, what makes them who they are, can vary. One example of amazing goal setting is Breaking Bad. Not only it waits a little bit to set up the goal, but it starts off by revealing why Walter is who he is. But it isn't obvious. The writer made it seem like it was all about the money, but it is a lot deeper than that. He feels very replaceable. He is tired of being ordinary, not special, never achieving anything. From the moment he is introduced, the audience can see his regrets, his mistakes, how everyone treats him like he is just the next person who is born, living and dying without ever accomplishing anything. How his family almost pretends to like him, pretending he's doing nice things just so they don't offend him. But the biggest thing that drives him is none other than
Choices.
We're family.
We love you, man. We love you.
We get through these things together.
I just want you to know, no matter how it may look, I only had you in my
the fact that he never got respect from anyone. His words mean nothing. Even his own kid doesn't see him as someone spectacular. So throughout the years of his life of constant struggle for recognition, for the special person he really is, no one does. Not a single person respects him. Not his family, not his students, not his boss, no one. Then the turn back moment comes, when he is diagnosed with cancer. All these struggles just so he can die without ever achieving anything. This is his moment. What does he has to lose? Nothing. So he becomes obsessed with doing it. And an obsessed person is willing to act as needed in order to achieve what he wants. If he has to be evil, he will. If he has to be good, he will as well. Whatever it takes, he will do it. At first glance, it seems like it is just so he can leave some money for his family. But when you actually look deeper, you see the real reason he started, his real inner motives and aspirations. Breaking Bad leaves some room for the character's introduction, then slowly starts revealing his inner demons, his inner insecurities, and so on. One of the best, in my opinion, character goal setting in history, in movies, in everything. Obvious, yet not so much. Showing his true identity to the world, because the obstacles that came to his life unlocked all the anger and frustration he had suppressed all those years. All the moments and circumstances have deeper meaning behind them. They make him feel like he is this big, scary, respected person, and that gives him all the more fuel and motivation to continue until he realizes how far in the mud he has gone. But at that point, it is too late to go back, so he continues to the very end, believing he was doing the right thing all along, becoming more and more evil and cold hearted in the process. This approach again works both ways with heroes and villains, and there are some great examples used with writing main characters and heroes, many more. This one is the revealing it from the start method, Like for example Naruto telling everyone, both other characters and the audience from the start,
Check this out! From now on, I'm gonna work my butt off to become Hokage!
that he didn't like his upbringing, so he wants to become Hokage in order to change everything. Or in the movie Pursuit of Happiness, the main character reveals from the start that he wants to improve his and his family's situation financially. From then on, as the story unfolds, your character that so clearly stated what he wants, needs, and desires,
I will find you. And I will kill you.
even if he didn't actually yelled it, will be tested. Does he really want that? Is he ready? Will he do anything in order to achieve it? Or in the more common way used, will the villain get even more demoralized in the process, striving to achieve his goals, and do even more horrendous acts towards that goal? The other one is yet a very powerful tool if you can manage it, and is used many times, specifically the hidden goal until the very end, meaning making the audience think your character is this one person with this one goal, but throughout the story and the accidental detective work other characters make, to be revealed that wasn't the case all along. For example, in the movie The Others, Grace was presented as a loving mother that lived in a mansion and was protecting her children who were sensitive to sunlight. She also believed that the house is haunted by evil spirits, and this belief was portrayed to the audience for the majority of the film, until it was revealed that she and her kids are actually the ones that are dead, and they are tormenting the new residents of the house. This is called a plot twist, misleading the viewer into thinking the answer is obvious, then shocking them with the real intentions and goals of the character, with the truth, so to speak. There are many examples of it, and this is one of the ways to create a good plot twist, by making the audience feel like they have all the answers, then crushing their reality by showing a completely different picture and leaving them not knowing what just happened. You can make the goals of both heroes and villains in your story as creative as you can. You can make his desire be money and power, like in The Wolf of Wall Street, where Jordan was ready to sacrifice even his own family in order to keep his precious company and assets. You can make it about wanting respect, like in Breaking Bad, or make it about love. To what lengths are your characters willing to go to for the people they love and cherish the most? Like in the Hunger Games, Katrine volunteered in order to save her sister, and that costed her so much. But in the end, it was justified because with her help and influence, they managed to win. That may never, or not in the near future, happen if it wasn't for her. Or you can make it justice and vengeance be their desire, like Pain from Naruto, whose best friend got killed by the hands of members from Naruto's village. They did so much more things, so he rained havoc on them thinking it was justice. Or was it just pure vengeance? Make them save someone, make them justified or unjustified for the audience. You can hide them in plain sight all the time. You can give them different desires like freedom. It may even be that they need a drop of water and someone is depriving them from that, or they are starving and eventually gets to a point of no return, so they act, or a combination of all of these, like in I'm a Legend, where the main character is left alone against unbearable odds. He is constantly hunted by the creatures while he struggles to also find food, water, and medicine. Being the only person alive is a cool concept on its own. The weirder the goal, the more creative it becomes. You can make it that the character promised to a dying loved one that he will do what he said he will, like John Wick starting a war against the biggest organization just because one of them killed the dog his deceased wife left him as a memory of her. If you ask me, killing someone's dog is more than enough reason to start a war, but it can be basically anything. But what you have to keep in mind is that these goals need to be logically built up, meaning your character can just simply decide he wants to do something out of his ordinary way and do it. Well, he can, but it won't serve the story in any way. What you have to look for is making the events, circumstances, and outcomes and everything, obviously or not, leading in the direction of him becoming that. Naruto's parents died. He became an orphan, he was mistreated by everyone, so he had two options to choose from: become all evil and seek vengeance, or become all good and seek justice, peace, and harmony. You can write the story so one choice, one single wind blow in another direction can change the entire outcome and history of your movie or series. You can make it obvious what their path is and keep it that way until the very end, then showcase what their true intentions were, shocking and confusing everyone, making them wonder how and why. This can also leave you room for a cliffhanger if you're doing series and get more desire for the next episode by not revealing why he suddenly changed his entire way, or do the same if you're about to do a sequel or a new season. The thing you should make for the end goal is something he is deprived, stripped from, and he secretly or not wants and is willing to do anything to obtain it. Your characters need to have a goal. That goal also can be fluid, meaning it can change at any point of time. Like, for example, in my book On the Other Side, which you can order at clipix.com, one of the characters has fled from jail. That was his only desire, to be free. But now he has a new goal because he's presented with the information that he actually had a child that he didn't know about, and that child has no one else but him, so his new goal is to protect that child. You can make it unbreakable. Whatever life throws at your character, make sure they will achieve it at the end. For villains, it works in the same style but a little bit different. You can as well make it fluid. Let's say his goal is to get revenge for something, but the influence of people and circumstances and the information he has make him change his goal and become good, like Darth Vader, for example, who held his evil belief and personality until closely to the end, but then changed and saved his son Luke, something probably very few people expected from Darth Vader, considering his persona. Or make his goal unbreakable, like for example, Amon got from Schindler's List. Regardless his capturing, he held his belief that he is right no matter what. He kept being evil until the end, even at his last moments. Even when he is captured and has no other option than changing, he holds his beliefs and dies or goes to jail with them. You can make it as you wish, you just have to make it your goal to create interesting, deep characters, and you will eventually succeed. Regardless of what life throws at you, you just need to make them logical. There is one way to make not logically bonded characters, but this is for a whole other video in by itself. So if you want me to go deeper into that, let me know down in the comments. For now, thank you for watching, subscribe, and see you next time.